Hello. Well, here we are at another, what is today? Monday. That's right, Monday, doing the show at 6 o'clock. I see Frank is here. Hello again, Frank. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you coming in. And do me a favor, if you could, just give me a yes, you can hear me, so that way I know that the audio is coming through okay. Oh, he can hear me. I hear a hi. Well, thank you so much. And don't worry about disappearing. People come and go in these things. I know how thing goes. And we got another Hoppities. I don't know who that is, but hello, Hoppities. Thank you for joining us. And Sarah as well. I see we've got some active people. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. All of you coming here today. Eric, nice to see you, Eric. Hello. I know he probably has me in the background. I'm so surprised he's here. And he's not out working, driving around. Eric is our friend all the way from Brazil. However, he's here in Vegas with us right now, working really, really hard, trying to save up some money for his family back home. But anyway, yeah. So here we are. This is the week of January 11th. And my cat is a little restless, so you'll probably hear her in a little while. She's sitting over there. But yes, actually, no problem, Frank. I understand. Thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And if you can come back any other time, that's fine. But yeah, watch it on recording. So good. And again, folks, remember, if we talk about something you're interested in, let me know in the chat. You can send me an email, and that way we can maybe have you in here and we can talk about things. So let me see. I've got several things on the agenda today. Why don't we get started off with this? First of all, I want to talk about this Kickstarter game coming up because, oh, hey, Tommy, how you doing? Twitch or YouTube, either one, whichever one is best for you. It should, hopefully it's the same there. Hello from Canada. We have somebody from Canada. Well, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. So we got a new Kickstarter coming up. This is a game of Gladius, and this is just being released. I forgot which company is Deepwater Games. That's right. They're going to be the ones hosting this. And the reason I'm talking about this game is because Victoria Kanya, as you can see down there, the designer of this game, or one of the designers, her sister, Valerie Kanya, worked at Meepleville. She's still sort of, not really though, but part-time. Anyway, yeah, so I'm so glad to see this game come out. And here's the thing about Kickstarter, folks. And especially about Victoria, and I know Valerie did a lot also. They worked really, really hard going around to all the prototype conventions, whatever they were, to play their game, demo their game, and they did a lot of work. Hello, John. How you doing? Thank you so much for the comment, by the way, that you wrote for Cole Worley. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so they worked really, really hard. I hear it's a really good game, and it should be a really tremendous seller. So congratulations, Victoria and Alex, on your game Gladius, and Valerie as well, because I know you did a lot of the graphic art with that. So that's fantastic that Gladius game is coming out. So, oh, hello, Lore Master. Nice to see you. What is that? Is this a raid? Is that what that is? Hi. I don't know. I've never had one before, so I don't know what that is. I see people little thing there. So it is a raid. Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Wow. That is a raid. Yes. So thank you. I'm new to this Twitch thing, so it's nice to have people here joining us. So again, wow, there's several people coming in. Really good. Hello, everybody. It's great to have you here. We're just talking board games and stuff like that. And again, this is a show where I'd love to have you participate. If you see an interesting topic, let me know in the comments. You can send me an email. We'll get you in here on video at StreamYard, and we'll get you in here and we'll talking. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming in and joining the community. Again, that's the great thing about Twitch, right? Is there's just all these people out there where we can get together and talk about games. It's nice. It's nice, especially what's going on in the world today, right? We'll talk about that a little bit later too, but we don't want to bring anything down. So yes, well, thank you. I appreciate you bringing the community to join us. That's so nice of you. So we were just talking about that. So what do I got next up here? Here is an interesting topic. Do any of you watch Alex at Board Game Co.? Where is he? Here he is right here. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up. So Alex, he's over there at Board Game Co. I did an interview with Alex, and He's fantastic. He's a great guy. The reason I had noticed him earlier this year, is because his YouTube channel was blowing up. I watched it go from 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. It just was exploding. I had a chance to interview him, and Alex is fantastic. He really is good. And one of the things, hello, Wyatt, nice to see you here. Well, thank you. Yeah, we'll talk about Cole a little bit later. I got to that. But one of the things Alex did in this video he talked about, let me bring this back up again, was about, what did he title it? Here it is. Do we have to be happy to ourselves? Yes. He titled it, Do We Have to Lie to Ourselves to Be Happy? He talked about a lot of really interesting things in here. And this is just a discussion I'd like to try to have with myself and a lot of people. So he actually referenced me from the interview that I had with him about how I pushed him a little bit about things, because he's a very analytical person. Very analytical, right? He really digs into details and really looks at things. And he talked about himself in the video about how he might have been a buzzkill. There were several, instances he gave. But one of the kind of stories he told, or I'll give you two of them that he told in the interview, which was really, really nice, which was about how a friend of his had like $100 bottle of scotch per se or whatever, right? And he told his friend that every shot he took, you need to work 40 minutes to pay for that shot. And you know what I mean? It's like, cost reward kind of thing. And then again, he said that another story he talked about, oh, there she is. I'm sorry. Hello, Mittens. Yes. Would you please be quiet? I'm on the air right now. Yeah, she's waiting for my wife to get home. Okay. And about another friends of his who were buying a couch, and they said they really didn't need the couch. It's just that they wanted it, and they wanted to spend, $2,000 on the couch, or $1,000 on the couch. And he was like, well, in 5 years, this and that, blah, 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 it'll be worth $2,000. So you're really spending $2,000. So he was just talking about how, oh, it's a cat-friendly crowd. Well, that's really, really good. Where is she? Let me bring her up here. Come here, Mittens, real quick. Everybody wants to see you. Hold on a second. There she is. Oh, let me get the big screen up here. Hold on a second. There we go. Mittens, say hi. Can you see her, folks? She's a chimera face. She's got a split face, right? It's split half and half right there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, she's really loud, and she just loves affection. So she's really quiet all the time. Well, thank you. She is really, really nice. Yes. So this is my cat, Mittens, and she is lovely. So yeah, so what he was talking about is about analyzing his life and how he looks at things and other people, right? And he was saying about how somebody had, he read or mentioned that somebody said they wanted to just relax and read a book. And he said he could never do that, right? He could never just relax and write a book or read a book. Hello, Flo. Nice to see you there. So that says a lot about what we are and how we're all different, right? And he really looks at things, because the question I asked him in our interview, which he kind of referenced in his video, was, I said, do you ever just buy a Kickstarter for fun, just to enjoy it, right? Because you wanted it. And he really doesn't, right? He analyzes why he's buying it, the reason he's buying it. Is it worth it? Will it get us return on, investment, ROI, all this kind of stuff. So it's really different how different people look at things and how they approach things. But one of the things I do want to mention is that, hello, Mittens, I'm going to put you down now. Is that okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and put you down now, okay? There we go. Wendy should be home soon. Is what I want you to do is I do want you to go check out Alex, okay? Please. And here's the thing about Alex also, just so you know, he is... he says this is something he wants to do full time. His YouTube channel, as you can see over here, I'll scroll down a little bit, is Board Game Co. He's actually fantastic. And here's another thing I wanted to talk about Alex is, hello, Kabuki Kid. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Kabuki Kid is all over the place. Now, the thing about Alex is he wants to do this full time, right? He would love to be a full-time content creator. And I really think he has the ability to do that, right? Because when it comes down to all of us content creators, all the people trying to do stuff, it's about that connection you have with the individual. And there is, like I told Alex when when I was interviewing him, he is just so charming. Like the way he analyzes and how he is so analytical and all that kind of stuff. It's just it's very endearing. And that's why he's going to be a tremendous success, I feel, because I am not like him. I'm almost 180 degrees opposite from him, I believe, because he says his life is very, very planned out. He just can't relax and read a book. That's something he said he would never do. I would. I would do that in a heartbeat. I do that. I don't necessarily have to be planned or feel, because again, we all want to value our time, feel our time is worth something and has value. And that's what he was kind of talk about. So it's very interesting. So just go ahead and check out that video, because I think it'd be nice just to see what you think about it and how you feel and how it may relate to you and your life and stuff. So that was really good. He did a fantastic job. Don't forget to go check out Alex at Board Game Co. Here is another discussion, another video I saw that brought up an interesting topic. And I don't know if anybody else saw this. So Jason Perez, who has the board game channel Shelf Stories, he did a video entitled Checking Slavery and Colonialism in Board Games. And the thing he was talking about was erasure, and how that a lot of times when they talk about colonialism, slavery and stuff, is they sort of erase the history and they're not accurate, and they sort of erase people's struggles. And, it's a very, very good video. And this is something that really he felt passionate about and was very important to him. And the reason I brought this up is because it brings up an interesting topic with me in particular. Now, Puerto Rico was the second Euro game into this genre that I played. My first was Catan. I'm sure a lot of you out there, it was the same thing. And then Puerto Rico was my second. Oh, thank you, Kabuki Kid. I saw you watch that. Yeah, it was good. And let me just see if I could see other people in the chat. Tell me if you're kind of like me. I am because I'm sure some of you watch Amy and Maggie, right? Thinker Themer, good friends of mine from Australia who have a wonderful YouTube channel. And Maggie is the themer, and she's really into theme. I am zero theme. The things he talked about in Puerto Rico that sort of maybe offended him, or he wanted, just didn't appreciate or like, or thought could have been done better, I guess might be a better term for it, I never noticed. I am a zero themer person, kind of. I didn't even realize, people were offended. Somebody told me, after I had played it for a couple of years, about the chips being brown and how that was offensive because, those are supposed to simulate people, the brown skin and all that kind of stuff. It just never even occurred to me, because I never even really thought that the sugar or the stuff you have to do, the corn, I just knew, okay, I have to get this white thing here to do that, this yellow thing here, I have to get it on the ship, I have to score points, I have to do this. I'm just really not into theme at all. So it was very intriguing to me and interesting to me to watch his video to see how much theme and certain topics mean to people and how important they are. I've been trying ever since Maggie has been doing the videos, well, Amy and Maggie, but Maggie's the theme part. I've been really trying to learn the theme, appreciate the theme, get into the theme of games. And I guess it's just something, I guess we're different people, right? How we operate, how we look at things, how we play games, because I don't care. I just don't. Themes don't mean anything to me. I'm trying to solve the puzzle. So if you want to call it a piece of corn, if you want to call it radium, if you want to call it what resource, it doesn't matter. I just know that this thing, whatever you want to call it, I need to accomplish this thing. So I just like to figure out the puzzle. So yeah, but go ahead and check that out, please. So that's Jason over at Shelf Stories. Let me know your thoughts, what you think, and how it is with you. And I can see some of the comments in here. Yeah, Kabuki Kid, I see you're probably more into theme, and that's fine. You know that so a lot of people are. So, but again, it's just I'm just I'm just not like that. It's really not something that I'm into. So Kickstarter. I've kind of really cut back on Kickstarter. I know. I think I've talked about it before. Here it is, right here. And this is the latest one I've done, the Darwin's Journey, because this is the one by Simone Luciani, right? And he's the one with Teotihuacan and Grand Austria, I believe, and a couple of others like that. But look at that, $600,000, way surpassed their goal. So yeah, this one again is strictly by designer alone. It looks fantastic. What's Monique? What are they? Before You Play, they just did a run through on it. I know Rado, he loved it. He did it. Yeah, Simone Luciani right there. They did. Yes. So, okay, yeah, some other comments are, I wonder, because I know there's a little bit lag, like Lore Master never thought about it, and Tommy said, let me see, let me bring this up here, about theme, I guess, said, yeah, I play Century Spice Road with her, and I'm like, this is Chilean tea, and she's like, green and red cubes. Yeah, Tommy, that's me. Like your wife, yeah, they are just cubes. I need to get these cubes on these cubes, that's it. Boom, end of story. I just, it doesn't make any difference. Oh, Thunderglip did the first game you backed on Kickstarter, huh? Yeah, so this looks really good, and I'm really hyped in this. I just got my Anachrony Infinity Box Kickstarter the other day. I did like a little Twitch thing. I wanted to just see how that was to open that box up. So you can check it out here on Twitch. I didn't put it anywhere else because it was kind of an experiment. I was trying to do this 2-camera thing with StreamYard. But I put it up there, and it looks fantastic. I'm really excited to get that back to the table. Hopefully, I will next Sunday. I will play that. I got a couple of friends of mine looking to play that. So, yeah, I'm going to get that to the table and play that. So, but yeah, any other Kickstarters anybody got going on, by the way? Coming up, the other one I had, the Chito Sato, I think it was, Transcontinental, but really not a whole lot. I've been really cutting back because I'm getting a problem. Darwin was young when he went to the Galapagos, right? You know what? I don't know. I'm not sure. He may have been. Must have been a lot different back then, right? I mean, the world was a little bit more pristine, not as polluted, and all the climate change, all that kind of stuff like is going on right now. So yeah. So one of the other things that happened this past week is I was very fortunate. I just posted on Monday, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. Is I did an interview here with Cole Worley. Now, Cole Worley is the designer of Root and Pax Pamir. So it was an excellent interview too. He is absolutely fantastic. He talked about Leader Games, and that's where he works, how that system whole works, how Patrick Leader is trying to make it a studio. He talked about his own company, Whirly Gig Games, and it was interesting because I asked him about that. I was like, wait a second, you're working for Patrick at Leader Games, but yet you have your own game company, Whirly Gig Games. How does that work? So I asked him about that, so you can see what he says about that. The development of Root, Pax Premier, and all that kind of stuff. It was a fantastic interview. Just posted it up today. So please, if you want, go check that out on the channel, along with some of the other interviews I did or I've done. But Cole was fantastic. And I've played Root once. I played one of the factions. My friends set up a nice introductory scenario for us, or 4 of us, and I enjoyed it. It was okay, but I guess it needs a little bit more depth, or a little bit time to play, I guess, to learn more, because I really feel a game like Root, because it's based off the coin series, right, with the asymmetric powers in the different factions. I feel it's necessary that you know at least a little bit about your competitors. You need to know their win conditions, right? or their lose conditions also, because if they're getting close, you need to know how to stop them or stymie them so you can win the game. So, but it was good. And then Pax Premier. So we'll get into that right now a little bit. Some of the games I played lately, just played Pax Premier again today. I played it this past weekend, and this is the fourth time I've played it. Pax Premier is phenomenal. If any of you have played it, please go ahead and mention that and say something about that in the comments. But what a fantastic game. It took me until this time, the fourth time, where I was like, I'm starting to really get this game, really understand it. And you know where it really hit me is when I'm sitting there thinking, and I was like, I can't do that. And I was like, wow, I'm really starting to get the game, because once you know what you can't do, that is where you're really starting to understand it, right? Because a lot of times when you don't understand the game, what are you asking yourself? I don't know what to do. What can I do? Can I do that? I don't know. What can I do? Because you're not knowing. But when you can say, I can't do that. Oh, shoot, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that either. Then it means you're starting to learn the game and starting to know the game. So that happened to me today. I was really excited about it, and I can't wait to play a little bit more of Pax Premier. Let me see. What did Tommy have to say here? I played Root once, played that faction, and bought it up on Steam. Yeah, the app they did also is fantastic with Root, isn't it? I mean, it is really, really good. And I asked Cole about that too. I was like, if he was a little bit worried, if since now people are locked down with COVID still, right? And we still have to do the social distancing and stay at home and not really have a lot of get together. If people are going to be sort of more into the app in the video game, or and not into the board game. You guys know what I mean? Like, because usually people play board games first and the app comes later, but a lot of people have probably done it in reverse with Root. So let me see. What is this? Are you excited for John Company? He said that it was something like it was a mix of economic negotiation mixed with an RPB. I'm not quite sure what that is, John Company. Is that a brand new game? Because, yeah, I don't know about that one. I'll have to look that one up. And again, if it is more like an RPG, it's probably not my type of game. And just for those, for people who want to know the kind of games I'm like, I'm just a dry Euro guy. And that's kind of I don't know if that's really a good term, right? I mean, we're dorks, right? We're all just dorks and nerds, and we say things like that, right? Put names that probably we shouldn't. We should probably be a little bit nicer to our hobby. But that's what us dorks, that's what we say things like a dry Euro. And that's me. Like I told you, no theme, just cubes, just things, trying to solve the puzzle. That's me. So what else did I play? Played Raiders of the North Sea. Raiders of the North Sea is the first one by Shem Phillips, right? And to me, it's a really good light worker placement. That is like sort of my go-to worker placement game. I teach a lot of people at the cafe. And the funny thing about it, the last time I played that was probably about 2, almost 3 years ago, where I actually played Raiders of the North Sea. And in that time, I've probably taught it 20 or 30 times, but I haven't played it. So it was nice to actually play the game with people after teaching it so many times like I do at Meepleville. And it's a really good worker placement game. Something you might want to check out if you want to get into worker placement games. Oh, Raiders has a great app too. That it does. I haven't had a chance to play it. And again, just so you people know, I don't play video games. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I just don't. However, my wife and I are going to try Oculus. So we'll see. I don't know if that's technically a video game or not, but yeah, that's for us old folks. That's what we're going to give it a try. I saw the commercial where the guy's fishing. I think I can sit down and do that one, right? So yeah, I may try that alike. Do I like abstracts? If so, what would be your favorite? Well, that all depends, Tommy. I mean, are you talking an abstract like Azul, or are you talking an abstract like chess, right? Because technically they're both kind of abstract games. So they're okay to me. Like I played another one, Calico, right? Calico. I just played the other day, an abstract game. It was good. They're good games. Oh, Mittens, come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Sorry, guys. She needs some more loving. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I know. She'll be home soon. She'll be home soon. Okay. Yeah, so Calico is an abstract game. Played it the other day. It's very good. I can see why there has been so much heat, so much press, why people have been talking about it, because it really is a good game, right? It's fantastic. But no, they're not my first choice at all. I'll play them and I'll enjoy them. I'll have a good time, but I would never well, again, it all depends, right? If, we've got like 40 minutes left before the place closes or we're going to bed or something, hey, let's play something. Yeah, okay, maybe then. But, if I had my full choice, hey, a full day, we've got 10 hours, blah, 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 I wouldn't pull it out. But they're okay. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan, hello. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that. It's good to have you here. I know you comment a lot on the YouTube stuff, and I appreciate that. So, Michael, excited about any upcoming games? Yes, the one that I'm really excited about, I watched, like we all did, I'm sure, any of the looking forward to or the most anticipated games of 2021. The one, again, with my dry Euro kind of sensibility, the ones I got, that I'm looking forward to is Furnace. That seems like it would be right up my alley. So I can't wait to get my hands on that one. I think I missed the Kickstarter because I went on Kickstarter, looked all over for it, couldn't find anything. So if anybody knows where I can get my hands on that game or put in a pre-order or late pledge, whatever they call it, put it in the comments, please. Let me know where I can grab that. What else did I play? So Pax, Raiders, Calico. I played Glenmore again, Glenmore Chronicles. I've only played the base scenario because it's not a campaign, not a legacy, but there are 8 different types of games in it. So that's what I played also. And you pre-ordered Furnace? Yeah, you're lucky, Jonathan. I wish I would have gotten in on that. I found out about it too late. I mean, that's the thing about it, right? I mean, there's so many games, so much information. It's hard. Some people, right? Again, not me, but some people are just so into it, they don't miss anything. They know where it all is, how to find it. They see it. I don't get my hands on the games until real late, so I miss out about a lot of things. So yeah. But yeah, I wish I would have got my hands on that. Glenmore, like I said, the Chronicles. So played the base game again, taught some people. It was very good. I enjoy Glenmore a lot. It's a nice worker action selection type game, little area building. So it's really good. I played Barrage again today. So Pax, I played Barrage and Pax, just 2 of us, Steven, my friend, and I, and Barrage is phenomenal. I just loved it. I love Barrage. I've played it probably 6 times now, and that is my type of game. Barrage right there. If you know Barrage, if you play Barrage, that is a Tim game. Everything about it. I love it. Fantastic. So I love that. I'm going to play tomorrow with 4 people. I'm going to teach 3 people. I'm going to play with 4. I've played it with 2 and 3 so far, so I'm excited to see how it plays with 4, because we've always had to put NPCs or the pre-made dams in the different areas on the board, so it'd be nice to just, go ahead and do that. And last but not least, the other new game I played was Unmatched. Now, Unmatched is a 2-player game where you can have different kind of. I was Alice in Wonderland, and I forgot who I played. Because Unmatched is a very good game. It's a really good 2-player game. Got a lot of good press, a lot of stuff. It is just not for me. Because it's kind of that, kind of a war game combat. You're fighting with the cards. I like the mechanic about how the deck is that you have to play through that whole deck. But I like puzzles. I like, like Agricola, worker placements, like Barrage, where you know what you have to do. You know what the end game is. You can see it and you can kind of plan. When you have to sort of do a little bit of deck building and there's fighting and the other person's moving around and you don't know, it's too, I don't know. It's just not for me, but it was good. It's a good game. Again, it's kind of like X-Wing, okay? X-Wing is a fantastic game, awesome game, superior, tremendous. Not for me. I just don't like it. It's not my type of game. But yeah, so I tried that too. Let me see. Oh, Unmatched. Yeah, Unmatched is a lot about the theme. I guess it would be. You're right, Tommy, depending on what kind of character you choose and what kind of faction you choose. We talked about Darwin's Journey. That was one I just backed. I did back that, Jonathan. So, yep, Darwin's Journey. Oh, hey, Rob, how you doing? You're late to the game, but you're still here. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that. Yes, it's always good to have you here. So let me see. I'm excited about this Wednesday show. You're doing the show. The more meeples, the merrier. I'm also excited about the show you will be doing with Tom soon. Yes, I will be doing a new show with Tom. I'll go ahead and talk about that. But unfortunately, we canceled the more meeples, the merrier last Wednesday because of what happened at January 6th at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. This Wednesday we'll be on. We still got together offline. There were 8 of us, I believe. All but one showed up. We had a nice time just talking amongst ourselves, just still fellowship, getting together and talking and stuff. We'll have our show this Wednesday. Thank you. Just introducing more content creators, new people. We'll talk about games. We have a topic, a top 3, and we'll talk about other things. And then hopefully, I don't know about next Wednesday either, because next Wednesday is the day of the inauguration, January 20th. So something else might kick off then, unfortunately. We'll have to see. But yes, real excited. We will have it this Wednesday, 6:00 p.m. Pacific time. You can watch it right on BGG. It'll be right on the front page. You can also watch it here, Meepleville Twitch or Meepleville on YouTube as well. So yeah, please make sure you go ahead and check that out. We got some really, really great people. So, well, thank you, Flo. Yes, absolutely. The last thing, or a couple of things, if anybody has any questions or anybody wants to come in and join me, please feel free. We'd love to talk about some stuff. The topic we talked about that I had prepared for the show last week, we still did it offline, because again, we know each other, we're friends, we talk, was our top 3 gaming experience of last year. I'll tell you what my 3 were. My 3 were, number 3 was Dice Tower West. So Dice Tower West was phenomenal. This year was really, really good. I know Flo was there, and I'm sure some of you other people were there too. But the thing that, to me, because this is the 6th year, right? We had 4 years of MeepleCon. This was 2 years of Dice Tower West. And, this is our 2nd year partnership with Tom, because Dave and I had MeepleCon for the first 4 years, and we partnered up with Tom to do Dice Tower West. And we worked really, really hard to get it together, get it more organized and all that kind of stuff, right? Because we've had time. And Saturday, I had 2 really good friends of mine come down, a brother and a sister. They're older, in their 50s, they're my age and stuff. But and my wife came down too. But I played a game earlier. I played Deluvia Project with Randy and Stefan, a friend of mine who works for Matago from France. He was there. We played Deluvia Project. It was fantastic. And then Maria, Nick, Wendy, and we played games for a couple of hours. And then Maria took us to Benihana's, which is right there in Westgate. So we had a wonderful dinner, and it just made me feel really good because this was our 6th year at the convention, and I was able to spend the day playing games and going out to dinner and hanging with friends and enjoying. And I wasn't working because we had planned so well, had such a great team of volunteers and people. Oh, mittens! That it was nice. It was just really nice that I was able to be wow, everything's running well, and I don't have to be doing it. We had really good people. So that was really good. Yes, thank you, Flo. Look at that. In all fairness, Flo, thank you. I appreciate that. But we all kind of had a very limited year of things we could have done big, per se, right? So, because Meepleville closed March 17th. So you figure January, February, half of March, so 2.5 months. And the rest of 2020 was, kind of, we all had to deal with it, whatever. But yeah, so there was that. And then the second was, of course, the YouTube stuff. It's been really nice meeting people online, content creating, doing things like this. So that's been really, really fantastic, doing all that. And then my number 1 was, so Dice Tower West ended Sunday. That Friday, Dave and I flew to Colorado, to Denver. And because somebody had donated us their entire life of games. There's my wife. Hello, Wendy. So now Mittens will probably be a little bit quiet now. And we went and picked that up. I'll tell you about that another time. It was a long story, but we ended up renting two 26-foot U-Haul trucks in March. So there was still snow in the Rockies. And Dave and I drove from Denver back to Las Vegas with two U-Haul trucks, a little caravan, just us two, with all these games. And then we spent the whole summer, and mostly Dave, he did about 75%, maybe more of the work. I did maybe 25%, putting them on shelves, cataloging, organizing. But with games and expansions, ended up being, I think, close to 5,000 games. And then we added some also. So we had to get a warehouse and do all that kind of stuff. And again, we're still getting donations. If you'd love to donate games at Dice Tower West, we'd be more than happy to take them. Because the reason he donated these games to us, because we shipped the library from Dice Tower all the way west here from Florida, from Homestead, Florida, where Tom, the main office is, all the way out here. So we're not doing that anymore. We are going to have a totally dedicated Dice Tower West library. So we are building that right now to get that up, and it will be fantastic. Let me tell you right now, Dice Tower West 2022 is going to be phenomenal, because there's sort of another topic to bring up. I don't know if you guys thought about this or what you think. What do you think is going to be the first convention to kick off? Because nobody wants to be the first, right? And with the vaccines, they say in America they're hoping for July, summertime. I first had thought that Gen Con's in early August. I don't think that's going to happen now. Some people, Tom, his prediction was Essen in October. Board Game Geek is in November, but Aldi doesn't want to be the first one. And then the last big one here in the States is PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia. So will that even kick off? Who knows? I mean, the way things are going, nobody's sure. I mean, if you think about it, our convention is the first or second weekend in March. We could be the first convention that happens again a whole year now, March of 2022. Yes. Origins, Jonathan? Oh, I wouldn't put any money down on that one, because that's in June, right? I know they've canceled Gamma already, so I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe Essen, yeah, that's in October. And I don't know, because Germany had problems too, right? They were a hot spot, so who knows? PAX U, correct, PAX Unplugged. That might be the one in July. Origins of 2022. Whoa, let's not go. Oh, no. Let's hope for March of 2022. That's when Dice Tower West is, Jonathan. Don't skip that. Okay. Let's at least hope March of 2022 will be good. So yes, thank you, Jessica. Hopefully March seems more realistic. I think so too. I think we'll be kind of good then, and I sure hope we are. Because like I said, it's going to be really good. Dave and I are already meeting every Tuesday. We used to meet Wednesdays, but now we're doing Tuesday. We'll meet tomorrow for meetings and all that kind of stuff. The same core team we had, our volunteer team, is all there. You know, volunteers, registration, marketing, flea market, math trade, just everything. All our core people are still with us. It's just going to be good. So we're really, really excited about that coming up next year. So yeah, I think that's about all I had here. Well, I'm really glad you guys joined us again. I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything they'd like to talk about. I see we've got people both on Dice Tower on YouTube and on Twitch as well. And I actually had a raid earlier, which was fantastic. That was good to have some people come in and join us. And thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that. Like I said, because it's always good. I really want to become part of this whole Twitch family and the Twitch streaming and stuff like that. But yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you for, yes. Was that you that who came in there? Can't quite say your name. Is that a Zero Gormor or whatever? But thank you. No, thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. That was very nice. And like I said, this is just something I'm starting to do. And oh, well, here's a question. Let me see. What is the most complex game I've ever played? Well, complex is, what's the word? Subjective, objective, subjective, I guess. But Jonathan, I'll give you my answer straight out. One of my favorite games, but I think is the most complicated, is Dominant Species. Because if those of you who have or have not played Dominant Species, I consider Dominant Species a living, breathing game. Because literally every time somebody does something, the game changes. It's very sort of AP prone because, again, you can't really plan because it's living and breathing. It's fantastic. So if I had to pick that one, War of the Ring, also another one of my favorites. I find that complicated also because I've played it about 5 or 6 times, War of the Ring, and I've only played I forgot what the bad side's called. I know the good side's the Fellowship, the bad guy or whatever, and because that's easier. And it's just complicated for me. It's a big map. It's a war game, which I'm not really good at. But yeah, so definitely number 1, Dominant Species. Number 2, War of the Ring. And you know what? That would be what game of the decade? Which one? Dominant Species or War of the Ring? Yes, and any Vital games. You know what, Jonathan? I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to say that I have yet. I love Veenhost or the Gallerist are probably one of those two. I'm probably going to make the first ones to try because you could probably better tell me or not, but I would say that those are probably on the easier scale for Vital, right? I don't want to get into On Mars or what are some of those other ones? But yeah, I think Veenhost or the Gallerist are probably going to be one of the ones I'm going to try first. So I haven't had a chance to try those. So I think those. Oh, Dominant Species, really? He predicted it would be game of the decade. Oh, and as a matter of fact, I just got an email today because I have to re-update my credit card for the P500 for GMT for the 2nd edition because unfortunately Chad Jensen passed away before he finished the standalone 2nd game of Dominant Species. I believe it was Underwater. So yeah, I got to go ahead and do that. So get that in. Oh, okay. And his original, review, because Dominant Species is just phenomenal. It's a really, really good game. So yes. All right. So there we go, folks. Thank you very much for joining. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you for putting up with my cat as well. She's lovely, Mittens. Now that my wife is home, she will. Yes, I will have to tell you how the Marine version goes, Jonathan. But I think again, the P500 is still in progress, so it's going to be a little bit before it comes out. They said they're making some changes and stuff. But yeah, thank you for putting up with Mittens. Thanks for listening to all my babble. If you guys got any suggestions, please let me know. And don't forget, this Wednesday, 6 o'clock Pacific time, please join us right back here on Meepleville Twitch or your Meepleville YouTube, because I see there are people on both. Or you can go right to the front page of Board Game Geek. I will be there with several content creators. As a matter of fact, before I go, I will tell you who's joining us. And I'm sure a lot of them are your friends. You know them. So that way you can see who's coming. And because they're all great, whoever they are. And here it is right here. Okay. So this coming Wednesday, we will have Jason Perez, who I was just talking about with Shelf Stories. We've got Roberto from Sheer Boredom. This will be the first time he's joining us there. We have Candace Harris. That's right. She writes for Board Game Geek. She'll be joining us. We've got Benita Kaur. She does a lot of Twitch, so you might see her on there also. She was part of the Girls Game Shelf. We have Ilya from Covray. Ilya and Tyler were last week. We talked to them. They are a couple from Canada. They're Canadian, so they'll be there. Maggie, only the themer part. I was just talking about her, Maggie, not thinker and themer, just Maggie. The half will be with us all the way from down under in Australia. We have Jason and Julie from Dice and Dragons, I believe it is. They're from Canada as well. So we've got a very international thing here. And last but certainly not least, we have Ruel Gaviola joining us. I know you all know Ruel because he is actively involved on Twitch, does Twitch stuff all the time. And him and the Brothers Murph, I believe it was, it could have been Nick, I think, right? Started the Tabletop Network. So Ruel is just fantastic. He's just great, a really great guy, and he'll be there too. So we have a really great show, really great people. 6 p.m. Pacific time this coming Wednesday. Hopefully we'll see you there. Well, thanks again, folks, one more time for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. And oh, wait. You know what? I don't know how to raid. I don't know if there's anybody on. If anybody wants to help me, I would love to do that with somebody, because I know you're supposed to like pass it on and do it forward if there's anybody here, any of the Twitch people. But I know there's some Twitch and some YouTube, but anyway, I'll figure out. I'll do it again in the future. All right. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week. Have a good night.